This episode of Attack on Titan was just amazing. It had me on the edge of my seat for the first half of it, and then it had me really confused for the second half while I was watching it. This episode was about brothers. We had a callback to Marcel Galliard telling the higher-ups in the warrior camp to choose Reiner over Porco. We had Zeke and Eren's moment, and then we also had a massive moment with Falco and Colt, because Colt was finally used in the plot rather than just being like this little side character. But let's start at the beginning. We have Zeke being shot in the shoulder and falling to the bottom of the wall, and Eren being attacked by Galliard as Marley tried to stop the two from meeting. And during this, Eren shows why he just isn't the main character of like a normal shonen series, as he absolutely destroys Galliard by punching his nape over and over again to the point where he's on the brink of death. Reiner tries to help Porco from being killed, and as Reiner touches Galliard, he somehow shows him the memories of how Marcel told Reiner that he was the reason Reiner was chosen as the Armor Titan over Porco. As Zeke and Eren are pushed into a corner and look to be defeated, Zeke goes to use his trump card to use his scream ability to turn all the people who drank the wine into Titans. But just before he screams, Eren tells him not to, obviously because he just doesn't want to lose all of the people that he's grown up with within the walls, like Pixis or Keith Sardis or however you say his name. And then this creates a bit of distrust between him and Zeke, as we'll see later in the episode, because Eren is just acting like he doesn't care about the people apparently when he actually does. But with Eren telling Zeke to wait, it gives that bit more time to Falco and Colt to reach Zeke, to try and plead with him not to use his scream until Falco gets out of range of a scream. Zeke looks like he's not going to scream, but he hits us with the biggest psych, and so Falco just turns into a Titan after Zeke screams, which I hated because I really like Falco. But maybe instead of trying to get close to Zeke to tell him to stop, maybe they should have just like tried to run away instead and try and like get over the wall and stuff like that. I think that might have been a better way to try and like escape from the surrounding of Zeke's scream, but you know, they are warriors, so they might have a better choice than me. But Colt has his moment with Falco as he's turning into a Titan, where he says, "Your big brother will never leave your side," which brought a tear to my eye. But while I was watching this, it might have just been because of the hope that I had, because I just like Falco, but I thought he might not have had like enough of the like wine to turn into a Titan, because it was only like a little tiny drop that went into his mouth. But it's Attack on Titan, so I can't be optimistic when I'm watching it. And because when you do turn into a Titan, you create a lot of heat, and as Colt is holding his brother, he was burnt to death, kind of looking like Armin when he tried to defeat the Colossal Titan. And then for another slap in the face, Zeke uses Falco to attack Reiner. Reiner then has the impossible task of choosing between whether to kill Falco and keeping hold of Eren, or letting Eren go and not killing Falco. And as he hesitates in the decision, Eren manages to escape for a second. But as he escapes, Marley are then able to shoot Zeke, which looks like he gets shot in the nape of the neck. So now at this point, everyone thinks that Zeke is dead. So Reiner almost lets Falco eat him, since he's been waiting to unalive himself for a while now. But Porco comes out of his Titan with a quarter of his face missing, because he just doesn't have enough strength to heal himself. But I think he did it because, one, I thought that he thought that Zeke was dead, and he also wanted to be with his brother. Two, he really likes Falco, and he didn't want him to die. He probably also realised that Reiner was going to do the same thing, and didn't want Reiner to die. And after seeing what his brother did for him, he probably gave up on living so he couldn't heal himself because of that. Like we found out with Reiner earlier in the season, and then also kind of what happened in season 2 when Eren sees the Titan that killed his mum kill Hannes. I also like that in the anime, he was wearing the Wings of Freedom coat, showing that Falco is now free from Marley rule and that he was able to do what he wanted. This wasn't part of the manga because I've got all the manga behind me, so because I wanted to reread it, and I saw that it wasn't in the manga, and I thought it was just like a great addition, and it just goes to show that anime changes can be a good thing, and that they're not always just like a bad thing like the majority of it is. But to be honest, it doesn't really bother me that Porco died, because we barely met him. You know, we met him at the beginning of season 4 where he was just being mean to Reiner, who's one of my favourite characters, so I don't like him like because of that. And I do just prefer Falco, so I'm happy that Falco managed to survive and Porco was the one that died rather than Reiner. But while Reiner has hold of Eren, he uses a hardening ability to trap Reiner and backflips out of his Titan to start running towards Zeke. Because now Zeke isn't dead, he did the same thing that Pieck did in the last episode where he like pretended to be dead. And as Eren is about to get to Zeke, FaZe Gabby comes back again to snipe Eren's head straight off, okay? There's a couple things that I just don't like about this bit, okay? 1, where the hell did Gabby get this sniper from, okay? She's about 5 foot, yeah? But she's carrying this massive sniper that's about 2 times her body size, okay? Where did she pull it from? All right, we're not playing Call of Duty, all right? You can't just whack it out of your back or something. Where did you get the sniper from? There was no sign of it when she got there or when she was like watching Falco die. I couldn't see a single sniper anywhere, but apparently she just pulls it out of nowhere. I just wanted to cut in and say that I realized where Gabby got the sniper from. It's the one that Colt is wearing on his back, and I only just realised because when I was editing the video, I saw when I zoomed in on like Colt, I saw there was a sniper behind him, and so obviously Gabby went up to Colt, grabbed the sniper, and then was able to snipe Eren. And how has she got such a good aim that she can hit Eren, who's running at full speed? Okay, like I know she's like done some warrior training, yeah, where she's like probably used just a regular gun. She's not learning how to snipe someone's head off. I'm telling you that for sure. Okay, but anyway, luckily Zeke manages to catch Eren's head like he's playing baseball. And so just before Eren dies, they manage to go to the path. I think that's what it's called. I'm not really sure what that's called. I'm just going to call it the path because that's what they basically talk about during the time that they're in there. But this is where the episode started to get a little bit confusing. Or not confusing. It was a bit talky, all right? So it got a little bit confusing, but I kind of understand it after reading the manga and then re-watching the episode again, I think. I'm probably just going to be like chatting a lot of malarkey here, but you know, this is what I gathered from it, okay? So Zeke and Eren go into this different dimension, and it's basically the same place where Zeke was rebuilt in the first episode. And for the first time that I think that we know, we meet Ymir, or that we know a name of Ymir, the first Titan, who lives in this place where time flows fast but feels like no time's passed at all. Zeke says he's been waiting years for Eren to wake up, but it all happened in like a few seconds apparently. As Ymir approaches them both, Eren tries to betray Zeke by not going along with his plan. I did think that he didn't want to kill all of the Eldians because it just doesn't seem like an Eren thing to do. What I'm guessing he wanted to do was use the rumbling to kill everyone in Mali and kind of like the rest of the world, which would just leave people of Paradise alive in the world, which would kind of bring a world of peace, I guess. But what comes as a massive twist that I just genuinely didn't see coming wasn't Eren that used Zeke, it was the other way around. Ymir only listens to people with royal blood and she like kind of like follows them as like a slave kind of person. So Eren's plan was never going to work anyway. She was always just going to listen to Zeke when he got there. And the episode ends with Eren and Zeke touching heads and Zeke telling Eren that he doesn't blame him for trying to snake him out and that he blames his dad for brainwashing him to do it and that Zeke will rescue him and that Zeke will save the world and it will be with Eren. I also wanted to add a little bit about Yelena as well. She didn't do much this episode except from just watch all the destruction happen. But I think she's been a really good character throughout season 4. And I don't see why the community doesn't talk about her a lot because I just love her. And I think she's like she's coming up there with one of my favourite characters, I think, at the moment. But anyway, this episode was probably the best of season 4 we've seen so far and probably one of the best episodes in Attack on Titan overall. And it left us with like loads of questions like when Eren leaves this dimension, will he be dead? Or did Ymir rebuild his neck so that he doesn't die like she did with Zeke? I don't think that Eren will die because it's Attack on Titan. But since it is Attack on Titan, you just never know. That's all for this episode of Attack on Titan. I can't wait until the next one comes out so I can watch it. I do have all the manga and it's really hard just not to read all of it. But I promise that I will watch the episodes and that I won't read it until I finish it. And then I can just go read it all the way from the beginning to all the way at the end. But I did hope that you enjoyed the episode. And I'm going to try and get another one out next week when the episode comes out again. And I hope you have a great day, great night, wherever you are, and peace.